time. We're going to take you through just how we start the last period and what goes on, so you can, I don't know, commiserate with me on what we do, because you're going to hear some odd things today. The first thing we do, when they walk into the room, we're actually meet up the middle school, high school, and so they come in and they get their instruments out, but we go through a certain routine, and so we're going to say that they just walked in, sat down. So go ahead, headphones. Good musicians always going to warm up because you're using a whole lot of muscles that most of you never use up in here. And so we'll start with the flutes. They'll show you what kind of sound they get on their head joint, just your head joint. And this is the first thing, how they learned how to play the flute to get a good sound. This is what they did, and we do it, still do it every day. Go ahead. Focus the tone to get a good sound, focus their airstream. Then the reed instruments, they get to play their mouthpiece, and on the clarinets it's mouthpiece and barrel, sax mouthpiece and a neck. Go ahead, be my guest. They're doing that because they have to have it set, everything has to be set just right in order for it to work. Okay? And now the brass, you're going to hear, well, you may think the police are coming, right? They may think that. Go ahead, brass. So they're making a siren sound. Again, it's working to get in the higher pitches, lower pitches. They do that every day. And they come in and percussion, they just do this kind of stuff. A lot of times it's that right there. Yeah, they like to mess around a lot. But they'll be using a lot of things here. As they get quicker and quicker, they have to loosen up these muscles. Then we put the instruments together, and I'm sorry, I keep them in my back, so I've got to tell them what's going on too. And once they get put together, they take care of their cases. And then they just start working individually on their sounds and their notes. And I'd encourage them to start their day at home over Christmas break the same way. So, get out there and I don't know, 5:30. At the beginning of the year in September, most of you will remember that we had to learn even how to put the instruments together. I mean, it's not a natural thing. You've got a lot of things that can go wrong, especially in the woodwinds when you put them together. We had to learn a lot of that. And the first thing we did, we took what we were learning about how to make the sounds on the head joints and the mouthpieces. And then we did our very first exercise, the very first note that we learned. And we had to learn how to blow, how to get the airstream out. Malice had to learn where to hit, on which key to hit, and also how to do it together. And this is what we did. This is number one. Amazingly enough, it takes a while to learn how to do that. Some of you who have never played an instrument, I hope sometime you'll ask your child to show you, hey, let me try that. Because they'll want to laugh at you. They will, because it's not easy. They'll have to teach you how to play it if you've never played this type of instrument before. Let's see. After that, of course, we learned right at the beginning, every band book you ever use, everybody learns about 5 notes, the first 5 notes that you learned. That's what we're going to show you now, the first 5 notes that we learned. And we spent a lot of time mixing and matching those notes up. And we'll show you that. This would be number 10. You'll notice they have to learn how to share a stand, which changes how you look at the music, but their lives as musicians will be sharing stands. I'll do this on my tip. I didn't think it was. There we go. I don't know how long that took. It was probably a couple of weeks to get to that point, honestly. The beginning was really the hardest time. And what you heard, there's more going on than you think. Not only are they thinking about the breathing and technique back on percussion, they have to think about that. They have to think about playing at the same time, the rhythm, the tempo that we're playing. They have to think about how long do you hold each note, especially when there's a rest in there, when there's supposed to be silence. There has to be silence, that's part of music, otherwise it becomes noise, if there's no silence. So there's a whole lot going on right then, beyond just, they're just blowing things or hitting things. There's a whole lot going on happening right there. So those are the first 5 notes. Okay, that's right. After learning the first 5 notes, we started playing some real tunes. Some, what you might, I guess, music. We were playing music, now something that we recognize and very familiar to all of you. This was our first one. It's called Rolling Along, but you'll recognize it as under a different name. That's right. They had to play it and come back saying, this is what the song is. That's what I wanted them to do. Try it on their own and come back and see if they can recognize what the song is. And we'll see if you recognize it. If they don't, we have problems. Or they have problems. They don't. Here we go. Number 14. Hey, by the way, these are chairs. Make sure you're sitting up straight. All right. Yes. Yeah, Mary had a little thing. Okay, so early on, so they did that. That was the next thing they learned, and we just kept progressing from that point. Let's see. Oh, we also had to learn some new rhythms. How many of you read any other language besides the Arabic letters that we use, like written all around here? That's what we read. I mean, I've been overseas and been in the Orient, especially. I don't have a clue what I'm seeing up there. The Chinese characters or Thai, I can't read. Sanskrit, I can't read anything like that. And maybe some of you can. How many of you think it's gibberish when you see something written in like just a totally different alphabet like ours? Yeah, me too. I mean, I have no idea. These guys are not only have to learn that, how to read that different language. This is a totally different language written than what we read on a daily basis. So they have to take that, then they have to be able to read it and apply it to figures and locations on a trombone slide or wherever. Then they have to apply, okay, what should that sound like when I see this? They're translating it from this written word into sounds, just like we do when we read, and start learning how to read. And that's what they're doing here. And I would guess there are some of you who don't read music, maybe, and this is not an easy task to do this. That's why it takes so much work. And so one of the other things they learn is more rhythms. And so we're going to show you another one that has a little bit different rhythm. And if you heard this, many of you would have heard this online already. Go tell I wrote it. Same page. So now we have to apply some different rhythms that we're learning. And we'll just do it one time. Okay. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. No repeat. No repeat. Next couple of weeks and applied it to something they already knew, and they recognized a whole lot of difference, and that there was better than the recording we made. And we haven't been working with it, we're just reading it there. One other thing, let's see. Oh, then one of the next things we have to learn is how to play independently. So far, everything you've heard, everybody's playing the same thing. And we had to learn how to play independently, and we did that rhythmically. This is number 22. Number 22. We're going to divide the band to this way and this way. That makes sense? Don't do a chair. I'll have to try to take a footstool over a chair. That way you can play with all the trumpets. It's just nice. Okay? I'll tell you. So we're going to play one a little rhythmically. It's all one half the band is going to play one thing, half the other. And I'll show you what this is first. Everybody play part A. Okay. Okay, well, let's turn turn it around. You're part A. You're part B. Okay? I got to keep you guessing. Here we go. Part A, part B. Ready? A, B. Just like that. 1, 2. Okay, so that's the next thing they've learned, the next step, how to play independently, and different parts going on at the same time. After that, let's see, wait. Oh, and now, then we learned how to play just totally independently by sections. So, 24. So now, and actually not sections, but the families, you're going to have the woodwinds and the brass and percussion, those different families of instruments here. Yeah, we'll do it. No repeat. One time. Concept we learned was harmony, and so that's number 30. Number 30. So now we're going to play the same rhythms, but going to play different notes at the same time. So you see hearing something different while they're playing, and being able to stay on their note, just like you do in choirs, but to be confident enough to stay on their pitches. Okay, so number 30, let's all play part B. We'll all play part B. Okay, everybody on part B. And I did misspeak. They will have different rhythms, so as well as harmonies. All right, we're going to part A. Everybody. Ready? Part A. Woodwinds. Part B. Brass and percussion. Brass and percussion. What? We'll do one more. We're going to do it. Okay, we'll do it. I guess decide. Many people would know, have heard of Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, about 250 years ago. He made an arrangement of this next tune. This is not that arrangement, but we'll play it anyway. 31. Got it? Okay. All right, we'll do our Christmas song. One thing on number 38, the 2020 you did not recognize, I assume, we started going higher than the first 5 notes. We've added another note now, and we keep adding notes, increasing the range, or in some cases, lower notes. So we keep increasing the range of the instrument. And that's where. But the last song we're going to do for this little demonstration is a familiar Christmas tune, which you enjoy. Yeah. They like playing this one. So thanks for coming this morning. We really appreciate it. Don't forget, parents, you are welcome to take the instruments with you just to take the burden off of them, if you wish. Or you can make them carry everything later today. We'll do that too. But thank you very much again for giving us the time.